America was built by innovators, dreamers, cool people like Edison, Henry Ford, Steve Jobs. But you know what? It's the inventors and entrepreneurs all around us. People just like you. People like you make America a great country. That's right. LegalZoom knows that. They're celebrating this month innovation by helping you launch your dream. How cool is that? Apply for a patent to secure your invention, register your trademark to protect your products and services, incorporate or form an LLC and launch your business dream. Just call or visit LegalZoom.com and they will take care of you from start to finish. They've already helped about 1 million businesses get started right. The ones that have no problems are the ones that get started with LegalZoom.com. Celebrate innovation with LegalZoom.com. And for a limited time, get a special price on trademark, copyright, and patent applications by using the referral code MOHR, M-O-H-R, at checkout. Protect your creations and launch your dream at LegalZoom.com. LegalZoom.com can provide self-help services at your specific direction, or they can connect you to an attorney, but they're not a law firm. Don't forget to use that referral code, my last name, Mohr. Have you invented something? You want an LLC? You want to incorporate? LegalZoom.com. What are you waiting for? Squarespace, an all-in-one platform that makes it easy to create a professional website. If you got a bad website, man, people think you're whack. You get a good blog, good portfolio. How about an online store? You can buy more of your T-shirts at jmohr.com. You know why? Squarespace. I got an online store. Squarespace includes hosting, analytics, 24/7 support, even includes a free domain name when you sign up for a year. Clean, beautiful templates, and then easily customize it to look exactly the way you want. Just start with those beautiful templates, my man. The rest is history, because Squarespace has your back. With responsive design, your website automatically scales to fit perfectly on every single device. Every Squarespace template has its own customized mobile view. $8 a month for the standard plan, $16 for the unlimited plan. Here's where you got to go. You got to go big. $24 for the unlimited plan and an online store. Boom! Online store. $24? That's crazy great. Free trial. Go to squarespace.com/jmohr. And when you're ready to purchase, click enter an offer code under pricing at checkout and use the offer code J5 for 10% off. You can get a discount just by typing in JAY and the number 5. Or go to fakemustache.com or podcast1.com and click on the Squarespace banner on the More Stories page. Squarespace, everything you need to create an exceptional website.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
If you want a battle, it's either that you will or you won't.
You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Are we on? Let me know. Let us know when we're rolling. Are we rolling? Let me
Judging
know.
by the fingers, I think we're rolling.
Well, are we? Oh, we're going right now.
I guess so.
Me and Alonzo Bodden
Live
in your ear holes
from beautiful Sherman Oaks, California.
Yeah, we are doing this one live from Sherman Oaks.
That's
Do you
right.
like living in the valley?
Yeah, I've always been a valley boy.
It gets so hot in the valley that every time I'm in the valley, I go, "Oh my God, I gotta get out of the valley."
Because you live near the beach. You're like coastal.
Yeah,
You're 20 degrees cooler.
I gotta live near water.
But you're freezing. What, October through?
But you know what?
April.
I get nice clothes for Christmas and my birthday, and nobody on your birthday, nobody gives you like shorts. They always give you like a scarf and like nice gloves. And at Christmas, no one's like, "Hey, here's a short sleeve shirt for later." It's always wintertime clothing at Christmas, so I get to show off I call them my husband clothes. I get to look real nice.
Get to dress up. Yes, you do. No, I've moved to L.A. in, 80?
I don't know.
Always been in the valley. A brief sojourn to Valencia. Biggest mistake I ever made.
Why?
Friends were up there. They were all new houses. They're like, "Man, you get a huge new house, blah, 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 blah." 3 years, just absolutely miserable.
Wait, I knew you when you were in Valencia.
Yeah,
didn't I?
you knew me when I was out there.
And why were you
I
so
didn't
miserable?
see you.
Yeah, no, I guess that's the thing. Nobody comes up there, right?
I didn't see you up there. Mark Gross comes up there, Steve Marmel, and Judy Brown, because they live out that way.
Downtown
They're the
or
only
white
people
Judy
to
Brown?
see. White Judy Brown.
So downtown. Oh, white uptown Judy Brown.
Yeah,
she don't have a nickname.
No.
Valencia, I always said, is the absolute number one town in the country where you could open a comedy club. It's so ready to go.
Yeah, it'd be another suburban kind of vibe. And there are actually, the weird thing with Valencia, there's a lot of young people up there now. Like, this is the first generation of people who grew up there and they got nothing to do. But the funniest thing they opened in Valencia, Tilted Kilt.
What's that?
The new sports bars that are like replacing Hooters, they wear the little Catholic school uniform.
Matty Boy's up to 5 North right now.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, he does
you
now.
Never heard of Tilted Kilt?
No.
So they wear, it's like, remember Britney Spears?
Why don't they call it Wings and Hooers?
Yeah. It was like the Britney Spears Catholic school outfit is what they wear. But the funny thing is, because it's such a small town, that's not like the hot girl at Tilted Kilt. That's Julie, your daughter's babysitter.
Yeah.
Like, you know the girl. Like, it's creepy because if you're a dad in that area, you know the girl who's half naked bringing you a burger. Very weird.
Where do you shake out in the Catholic? Why do we like the Catholic school outfit so much?
I don't know what that is.
Is it the religious overtone? It's because it's a school girl. Emphasis on the word girl.
I don't know what that is, but it works.
Because it's a teenager.
It works.
But it is inherent to like how deplorable men are. That what really gives us boners if we could just make believe you just got through puberty.
Maybe it's because back then when she wore it to school, you weren't getting any.
I think you're being nice. I don't think that's what it is at all.
You
the
think
guys
it's
are like
just
wolves.
we're just that depraved.
You just want to think you're like a 15, 16-year-old.
See, but that's never been my thing, though. I've never been into the barely legal.
You like the really old, like
I'm
almost
a MILF
dead
guy, man. I'm not. I don't go gilf, but MILF is in my MILF is in my wheelhouse. Gilf is pushing it.
I like when Alonzo takes his dates out to go coffin shopping. Yo,
hey, baby, you're gonna be comfortable in this one. Let's try it out.
It is amazing how much money we spend on caskets. You would think as a society, we all would have gotten together and said, just put them in a box.
Yeah.
Or just burn them up. How do you want to die? I mean, all right.
Oh, I already put in a thing for cremation.
Yeah?
Yeah, pull the organs out, take out what you can use, and burn the rest.
You say that like there's a guy that just got his leg blown off next to you when you die. Like, just take my parts, go. Like you're in the middle of Cannonball Run, and Jackie Chan's Japanese car broke down. They're like, get his spleen. Why don't they remake Cannonball Run?
They did. They call it Fast and Furious
7,
that's not really 8, 9.
Run.
No, it's really not.
Shouldn't
it could be.
That'd be a great reality show. You just get a bunch of D-list celebrities like myself. Like me and you just in a car up against, Maria Menounos and somebody from the Food Network, and we just race across country.
What was his name? Goldberg, the wrestler. Didn't he have a show like that?
I don't know.
I think he did. Somebody, or it was either him or Steve Austin, because I always mix those two up. But one of them had a show where they were like racing from Vegas somewhere. It was. But
was it a one-off or a series?
It was. What? I don't know. I think it was a series. I think it was a Speed Channel series where they raced like exotic cars.
See, I'm not even saying exotic cars. I'm just saying me and you, I'm on the back of your motorcycle. We just get going. And I just got my arms around you for 16 hours.
Yeah, no one's comfortable with that right now.
Nobody.
No. Now, you can never, there's only one circumstance you can have a straight guy on the back of your bike. And that's if you two were riding together, his bike broke down, and you're bringing him back to civilization. It's the only time you can have a straight guy behind you.
Well, what if I just needed a ride and my car broke down? You couldn't take me?
Yeah, I got my own problems.
What if I let you sit on my dick?
Come on, Jay. How's that going to look?
I don't know how it's going to look, but I need a ride.
I've never made TMZ.
I'm already giving you my organs.
I've never made TMZ. I don't want to make TMZ as the guy, Jay Mohr. Look who Jay Mohr had his arms around. Riding down Sunset Boulevard.
Ooh, he handsome. I got another way. I got another scenario. You got to get that little roll bar you had on your bike as a kid That little one, like that 4-inch high roll bar, and you face backwards. That's how you do it. Like you on the motorcycle and me facing backwards, going, "Don't do any wheelies, bro. Don't do any wheelies." It is amazing. I don't think we really, as a society, give enough respect to the bike we had when we were like 11 and 12. Like that thing was worth. If you had $1 million today, it wouldn't be as valuable. I mean, obviously it would, but it wouldn't be as valuable as what that bike meant to you.
But that was it was your freedom. It was like, I'm out of here.
But yet you would still ghost ride it down a flight of stairs to make your friends laugh.
Oh yeah. You could abuse it.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
And it came back. You know, like
you
it
get run
never
over by
broke.
cars, leave it out on the lawn at night in the rain.
Yeah, it would just develop a coat of rust, but it wasn't that rust that breaks. Like it would just be, it's just rusty.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't like the break off like in a commercial when the rust light goes, God, I'm getting out of here, rust. It just stayed rust. And then we learned like such basic maintenance on our bikes. We learned how to put a chain back on.
And how to fix a flat.
You turn the bike upside down and pedal backwards.
Yeah.
That's like mind-blowing when someone teaches you that. You're like, really?
And you know what's funny now? You safety check stuff before your kids use it. Right? It's got to be your parents never checked your bike.
Our parents didn't check us. Our parents were like, wake up, beautiful day, click. Behind you, you just hear a door. You had to ask permission to come inside, to use the hose.
Yeah, remember that?
Go around back. Can I come in and pee? Can I get a drink of water?
Yeah, I don't think there was any danger of dehydration. At no point did my mother ever call me in and say, you need to hydrate.
I say to my son all the time, like, are you thirsty? He goes, no. I go, will you do me a favor? Will you just drink some of this water anyway? But I think boys, this is specific to boys, they're not as bright as girls. Like, you can say to your son, do you have to pee? And they'll go, no. And you go, well, just for me, will you just do it just in case? And then you hear like a fucking stallion in the other room, bah! Just rocket piss. And you're like, how is that a no? Do you know what I mean?
He was focused on something else.
Yeah, the tablet. It's all about the tablet. They got their head. I got a 10-year-old and a 2-year-old. It's the worst age difference in the world because one has his face down in the tablet. The other one has his head up and the world is happening.
Yeah.
He's learning how to talk. Everything's unfolding right then in real time. And the other one's like, just got done with that. Nah, I got Minecraft, bro. I'm out of here. I'm talking to my friends online.
So let's see, 10 and 2, so.
Brutal.
No, Brutal's going to be in 5 years.
15 and
7, because he's just going to smack his little brother.
No, he's so nice though. He won't.
You don't think so?
No, not at all.
Doesn't have the big brother gene?
No, because he'll be a black belt at 15.
Oh, okay.
So he'll be super composed.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
You'd be like the best dad
I don't
in the
even
world,
think that's
Alonzo.
I don't even think that's a bad kid. I think that's just inherent to pick on a little brother.
Do you have little brothers and sisters?
No, I have a big brother. My brother's 3 years older than me. I think you may have met him, but anyway, he used to beat me up as a kid, like from age 6 to 10. Beating me up was pretty much like that was part of his gig. It was just.
Where'd you guys grow up?
I'm in Queens, in New York, St. Albans.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, this year I gave him a kidney. So I said, man, it's a good thing you didn't hit me in a kidney because.
Wait a minute. You gave your brother a kidney.
Gave my brother a kidney. Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
It started 10 years ago. He started having kidney problems, and then last summer.
Is it genetic? Is it drugs and
high
booze?
blood pressure,
Okay.
hypertension.
Man, blacks just. There's like a laundry list of shit white people get that black people don't get, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Like they ain't no anorexic fucking sisters.
I never thought of that, but you're right. I've never.
Like, I can't eat, girl. I'm getting too big to like fucking hand it over.
Yeah, you never saw a 98-pound sister not eating.
Pass the potato salad. I'm trying to put weight on, girl.
Yeah, because your ass is poor.
Yeah.
That's you.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you've really hit it culturally. Like that's why they got big asses and they swing the arms when they walk, just showing off. I'm not poor. I can eat all I want.
I
go to the tilted
slang
kilt
for it in the South. If you're skinny, that they say you look poor. But and I never knew if that meant, well, you're poor, you got no money to eat, or you're in poor health, or you this or that. But you there is no anorexia in the black community. You've struck on something.
I'm trying to think what else white people get, or black people get hypertension, and they get black people don't get allergies.
We ain't allergic to shit.
Black people
we
are
ain't
not
allergic to shit.
I Good, Matty boy. Good call.
At no point is a black person like, oh, I can't go outside. Pollen is up.
That's the name of their daughter. Pollen, come in here. Yeah, there's no brother like, does this have gluten?
Yeah.
Is this gluten-free pizza?
But nobody cared about gluten until what, 3 years ago?
White people make
3
shit
years
up.
ago. Well, we were talking about this. Nobody starving is allergic to food.
Yeah.
There's not one lactose intolerant kid in Africa.
Not one.
You know?
There's also, like, the diabetes thing. Black people, I call it the sugar.
Yeah.
And
it's not even a question. You just wait for when you're going to get diabetes.
Why is your blood so thick and syrupy?
I don't know.
Why is black blood like good Kool-Aid? It's just thick. What is it?
Imagine a mixed kid who got the worst of both.
Can't dribble.
He's like anorexic.
Can't dunk.
He's anorexic. He's got allergies, but he's also got hypertension, diabetes.
I lost my toe.
A fucking mess.
That's a great sketch.
At 13, he's in the hospital every day.
Half white, half black. Absolute worst of both worlds.
Worst
sunburned as shit. with 9 toes on the beach.
Hair all fucked up.
Yeah.
And then shaves his head and looks worse.
Yeah, you guys really can put a look together. Like, you could wear overalls and you would look cool. I would just look like a gay farmer. Like, brothers can do that. And sometimes brothers are like, have that one pant leg up.
Yeah.
Speaking of Queens, big Queens look.
Yeah, you roll up one leg.
Big Queens look.
Roll up
one pant leg up. And if I do it, people just tell me all day. But I want to get back to your brother's kidney. But I will say this, too, and I think we've spoken about this before. My number one jealousy of the black community is the women getting a free pass on wearing wigs. I'm not even a woman. Wigs don't even interest me. I just like talking about them, and I think they're
put
fun.
On a wig.
Like Sherry Shepherd of The View looks like Pat Benatar today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow she has hair down to her butt, and vice versa. If like a white lady wears a wig to work, everyone just whispers like, "I think Annie's dying."
I think that's
why.
I think
Look
that's just that inherent fear of fucking with a black woman. Like if a black woman fucks with her hair, that ain't none of your business.
But when did that start? When?
That goes back to...
Because white women used to wear wigs.
I think that goes back to church. That goes back to church on Sunday.
I want to show God.
Put your hair on.
I want to show God how much I love him.
Yeah, you'd put your good hair on.
Does that make sense to you?
Put your good hair on Sunday. No, but I can remember.
All right. No.
I can remember. No, I can remember when I was a kid.
Wash your hair that's on your head. Instead of covering it.
My mom's from South Carolina, right? A little town called Dalzell. I'm talking
country, man.
I'm talking dirt road, farm. But Sunday, like you went to church. Everybody went to church, and I absolutely remember the wigs came out. My grandmother and her friends. Oh yeah,
Were they shown to each other?
The wigs came. No, but it was on the head in the bedroom.
Oh no!
And on Sunday, on Sunday that happened.
Was there anybody in the neighborhood that had more than one wig? Like they had like a collection where you're like, wow, they must have a lot of money.
I don't know, but I'm sure some had more. But you know what you didn't see then that you see now? Like last night, I was working at MGM, working Brad's Club. So they're having the Billboard Music Awards, right? What you see now, you didn't see then? Blonde sisters.
Oh, yeah.
You never saw that back then.
And now the white girl's got to keep up. So Katy Perry, I don't think she's a natural blue. She's out there with blue hair rolling around, and we're all like, "Oh, that's funny." Yeah, but you see blonde hair. It started right around like Do the Right Thing, like Yo-Yo the rapper had the blonde braids.
Yeah,
it is incredible. Also, house coats. You don't see a lot of white ladies in house coats.
I think you do. You do.
Do you?
You know where you see white ladies in house coats? That's a Bible Belt thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
House coat is fancy for like robe.
Yeah, it's a robe.
But it's a robe. It's like this hybrid.
It's a robe that buttoned around the neck and went to your ankles. It was a coat.
Yeah.
Because you know what the difference was with a house coat? You could, if it was cold or something, like you could go out somewhere in your house coat. Like you couldn't go in your robe. But you could go outdoors in a house coat.
Those big pockets in the front. You can put anything in those pockets.
You grew up. You knew a lot of black women growing up. You remember the house coat? That's right. The two big pockets.
Yeah.
And everything was in those pockets, including an ass whipping.
And a wig and my drive-through wig. It doesn't have to be fancy. I'm just driving through.
So you, all right, we get to take care of a sponsor. It's only 60 seconds, you guys. Just hang in there. Let's drop this in right here. When we come back, we're going to talk about you giving your brother a kidney. This is cool as hell.
You've tried streaming hit shows on your PC on Hulu.com? Well, they took it up a notch. They're better than ever. It's time to start your free trial of exclusive content in your living room and on your mobile devices on Hulu Plus. How awesome is that? Watch TV shows on your phone with Hulu Plus. This is amazing. Hulu Plus, you get total control to watch thousands of shows wherever you want, whenever you want. You could be sitting on the bus watching MASH, laughing your head off, and you'd be like, Hawkeye, you've done it again. People are like, what is that guy doing? Is he crazy? You go, I might be crazy, but I got Hulu Plus. On connected TVs, game consoles, Blu-ray players, Roku, Apple TV, PC, or watch from anywhere on your smartphone or tablet on demand at all times. Don't you want to be watching Arrested Development while you sit on an airplane taxiing? And they're like, turn off all your electronics. I'm not turning it off, bitch. I'm watching Arrested Development on Hulu Plus. You can binge on full seasons of your classic current shows or your current classic shows, full series runs of classic TV shows, or any combination of what I just said. They got Community, Modern Family, South Park, SNL, Monday Night Raw, The Man Show, Jimmy Kimmel, Family Guy, and more. I wonder if they have action. They should. Hulu Plus is only $7.99 per month. But right now they're offering an extended free trial of Hulu Plus. That's only available for More Stories listeners. Take control of your TV watching experience. Go to jmohr.com. That's my website. It's got all my stand-up dates there. And you know when you're there, you go to Hulu Plus banner. You click on the Hulu Plus banner for your extended free trial, or go to huluplus.com/JAY. Click on the Hulu Plus banner on jmohr.com, or go to huluplus.com/J. Telling you, huluplus.com, it's incredible. You'll never be bored traveling ever again. So your brother had hypertension?
Hypertension.
And that leads to what liver-wise?
It leads to kidney failure.
Oh, kidney, sorry.
Yeah, it leads to that.
It's so scary, that stuff.
I mean, it was a long time. It was a 10 or 12-year slow deterioration, and it got down to 15% last summer.
For both or just a one?
For both, because they measured
Oh, my
the
God.
total kidney function. So he said he was going to have to go on dialysis in December. And I said, well, if I can give you one, I'll give you one. So I took the test, and we were a match.
Driving test?
Yeah, we were a
on the
match.
kidney obstacle course?
No, that honestly, man, once they decided that we were going to do the surgery, a driving test is the only one I didn't take.
Oh, really?
Everything. You name it, it was sampled, probed. You know, like cancer screenings, prostate screenings,
Wonderlick,
everything. just make sure, because they're really big. The doctor's really big on do no harm to the donor. So they're like, you have to be in. And what I found, I was in perfect health. They even did this X-ray. I've never seen this before. It wasn't an MRI. It was like a cross section, as if they cut me front to back below the rib cage and looked down at my organs, and he was like showing me like, this is your body fat here, and this is blah blah blah, and so they made sure everything was good, and then they went to do the surgery, and the funniest thing is the surgery is after the surgery, the doctor was like, man, you got some big kidneys. He said, we actually, and my brothers, we're the same height, but I got about 40. Normally I have about 30 pounds on him because he's 6, so I probably had about 40 pounds. And he's like, we had to clear out extra space to fit that kidney in.
Nice.
So now, and the other thing I didn't know, they don't take his out, so he has 3 kidneys now.
Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that.
They don't remove. They don't remove the 2.
Oh my God. Nobody knows that. Hashtag kidney. Alonzo Bodden. Hashtag kidney. At Alonzo Bodden. 2 D's or 1?
2.
I always get your name fucked up in my. Everybody does, right?
Yeah, everyone does.
It's spelled Bodden.
It's spelled Bodden, said Bodden.
Hashtag kidney at Alonzo Bodden. 2 D's in Bodden. Why don't they take it out?
Because they want to keep the 15% function he had.
But then where do they insert and how do they plug it up? Is there an auxiliary plug?
Yeah, I guess there's some space in the below your stomach or something. Like there's some empty cavity in the body. And then what they do, they pipe it in. They take an artery or a vein or whatever from his leg it goes into the new kidney, comes out of the new kidney and goes into the old kidneys and then into his throughout, through his body.
So now he's at 115% kidney.
Oh, he's kicking ass now. Now his kidney's going to outlast me. Now
he's just
I'm
drinking
keel
salt,
over
laughing.
and he's still got 15%.
Yeah. Well, so what happens now if you get a bad kidney? Because you only got
you
got
know what
one wheel.
happens? If I get a bad kidney,
you ask for it back.
I go to the front of the donor list.
Was that true?
Because I'm a donor, I go to the front of the recipient line. Yeah.
The list is crazy long, right? Like way longer than it should. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people are dead in 5 years.
Yeah. And it's not being dead, it's just you're on dialysis. Like that it's not life-saving, it's quality of life, cuz dialysis you're hooked to a machine 3 or 4 hours, 3 or 4 times a week. And it wipes your ass out. I mean, literally.
Great time to listen to a podcast. Just saying. Bang out me and the Ace Man and the Crab Feast while you're hooked up. Get Adam Carolla, Jay Mohr, get the Crab Feast going. You're all set.
Yeah, get a little Aisha.
Oh, I love Aisha. Good kid.
Get me. Get Alonzo Bodden's podcast.
That's right.
Attention?
What is it?
Who's paying attention?
I completely even forgot to plug your podcast. I was saying flappers on the air over and over again. June 15th.
Cool. All good.
June 14th, June 15th. See Alonzo Bodden. This will air in time. Go see Alonzo Bodden at Flappers in Burbank. Flappers, June 14th, June 15th. You can see me at the Borgata in June. I am at Foxwoods Casino in June. I am at Governor's in Levittown in June. It's all like the same 6-day stretch. In West Hampton in Long Island, way out there. I'm not sure where the name of the place is, but if you go to jmoore.com, hit the calendar or live dates or whatever it says, and go get those. I should have, if I was a pro, I'd be banging out those dates.
Yeah, my favorite line from your show today
yes, sir.
was when you said, you will not see Stephen A. Smith at the Chuckle Hut in Des Moines.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the only radio guy like out there making a living and then going, all right, now come see me at the Improv every Tuesday. Let's make this happen. Let's have fun.
Yeah.
And it's fun to have my friends on. Like, I like to think that's the missing element. Like, whatever happened to laughs? Everybody got so serious, and with the, he might be gay. This person might have said this about this guy. Yeah. Nobody asks a question anymore. When you go to the reporters now, they're like, Coach, you guys didn't shoot well in the first half. What are your thoughts on that? It's like, that's not a question, you a-hole. Ask the guy, why didn't you shoot well? All right, here it is. Check this shit out if you want to fucking party. June 5th and 6th, Governor's, Long Island. June 7th, Borgata, Atlantic City. June 8th, Foxwoods Casino. June 9th, West Hampton Beach, PAC. So I guess there's that. Fuck all that. Go see Alonzo at Flappers.
Anybody listen to that, you have to buy some Jay Mohr tickets, because a week like that in the Northeast, that's $300 in tolls. That's $300 in tolls getting between those 4 gigs.
And you got to hope your rent-a-car has an easy pass. Otherwise, you sit in that fucking asshole line behind the immigrant florist driving a van. He's like, what is this? Cash only? Line. I don't know.
New York has become a club with a $15 cover charge.
That's an amazing point. There's the quote of the show right there, my man. Congratulations. It's almost like back in the day, you want the toll to just be like $30 and then just get the fuck off my back for a decade. Don't ask me for shit.
Right.
Here's my money, and I'll do it all at once. Take it out of my check and have that be the toll money. Or like when they ticky-tacky, I was up in San Francisco, and to go across the Bay Bridge was like $6. I'm like, man, I'm just here to do it. I don't even live here. I'm just passing through. You pat my pockets.
I don't mind that as much as what is it in Florida that every 3 miles you got to pay a quarter? You ever Florida has
they know the old people have a lot of change in the ashtray.
Florida has these random 25 cents, and they're the oddest amount, 35 cents. It's like, really? Like, so now I got to pay, the rent-a-car company $12 a day to use the Easy Pass to pay 87 cents in tolls to drive from Miami to Tampa.
Do you fill the tank up on your way back?
Yeah.
You do?
I'm not paying them.
I always say I'm gonna,
and then
I'm like, to me.
And then they hit you for what, $12 a gallon or something?
Probably.
Like
I don't know because I've never looked back. I don't know. I see that pink receipt. I leave it in the glove box. Just add it up. Just send it to the IRS. Here's my write-off, I guess.
Yeah.
Because to me, you get to a point in your life where me getting the hell out of here is worth more to me than saving $40, $50. If I could just get the fuck out of
I'm
Enterprise.
cool with it unless for some reason some airports there isn't a gas station within 10 miles. And they should tell you that like, oh, by the way, the closest gas station, it's like, no, you just. So now once I've reached that point, like where there's not going to be a gas station, then I just return the car. And then the other thing that sucks is when they give you a car and it has like 3/4 of a tank, it's not full.
Oh,
because they know you're gonna give them gas. I'm like, how much money you make a year on that scam?
I never had that happen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Some companies.
So right when you drive it out of the lot, it's at 3/4?
Yeah, it's less than full.
I would lock up the brakes right there sideways.
Bring it back the way. Yeah, okay.
I would lock up the brakes sideways in the driveway and be like, hey, man. I would raise it because I'm that guy. If I feel like I'm getting shorted, I'll short it on the way in. Don't short me on the way out.
I did.
If you're going to give me a kidney, make it a big Alonzo Bodden kidney. God forbid. That makes my kidneys hurt talking about your brother's fucking kidneys.
We did a one-nighter.
Hold on a second. Don't lose that whatever story you're about to tell. How you weren't I know two people, you and Bean from Kevin and Bean. Now I know two people that have given somebody a kidney, and both of you are like, oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. What was I doing in May? Oh, that's right. I gave my friend a kidney. I gave my brother a kidney. Like, both of you were completely blasé about it. I would just walk around in tank tops so you could see my scar.
Well, once you go through it, you realize it's really like I've looked for the word to describe it, and the best I can describe it is it's an inconvenience. It literally, I went to the hospital Tuesday morning. They took the kidney out. Tuesday afternoon, I could walk. Friday morning, I was back home. I was at my brother's house. I stayed with him because we did it in Connecticut where he lives. The following Thursday, back on stage.
Really?
And not
with the new 10 minutes.
Yeah, but not not
hey,
like heroically. Not heroically, like I didn't go back on stage, with a walker and like, oh, it was let's go to work. The doctor said as soon as they take one kidney out, if you're healthy, as soon as they take one kidney out, the other kidney just takes over. Like, bloop, okay, I got this. And then the recovery is from the surgery. I got my little C-section down here because they do it laparoscopically. They go in, little slot in the front, go in, hook the kidney, pull it out. I said, that's not taking a kidney. That's stealing an 85 Monte Carlo. You're going in with a Slim Jim, snatching my kidney and sending me on my way. But that's literally how they do it. It's.
I'm still amazed. Your brother has 3 kidneys.
My brother's
got
three
total
kidneys.
recall with 3 titties. And it seems like it would be a lot more
if
work.
If he gets on a plane, they're going to be like, wait a minute. What's this extra kidney-shaped object you carry?
Oh, that's right, because they see through you. But now because of this thing with your brother, you know how healthy you are because they put you through all those tests.
Ridiculously healthy. To the point I have to start saving money for retirement.
Yeah, that sucks. We went all through that when we were going through fertility treatments, me and my wife, and you do all this blood testing and stuff. They got to test you for everything. They test you for Down syndrome if it's in your family. They test you for your gene, any gene, a pair of blue genes, Levi 501 gene. They test you for that. You give so much blood when you're going through it because you're like, the reason you're going to fertility is because you're not getting pregnant just by fucking.
Yeah.
So they have to figure out what's going on. Maybe one of you guys, maybe it's your body not wanting to pass along. And then after you spill all that blood into all their tubes, you go, I'm healthy as hell. This is great.
Yeah.
So that's nice to know. So there's nothing wrong with me.
Nice...
There's nothing wrong with you. But I am leading you 2-1 in kidneys.
Well, the weird thing about it is there's no history of kidney problem in my family. So we don't even know what, because usually there's something in the family, if there's kidney failure, maybe my grandfather or something. So we don't know how it happened to my brother. The only person in our family with kidney problems is is an uncle by marriage. So
that's not even blood.
Exactly. So we don't know what the hell went on.
Doesn't it seem like more work to hook up 3 kidneys? It seems like a Puerto Rican outside a bodega with a car battery plugging it into the electrical thing under the street lamp to make the boombox work. And wouldn't it just be easier to get batteries for the boombox? It seems like way more work to make 3 kidneys happen than to just switch out the kidneys like tires. But I obviously I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, it makes sense because it's like if you think of kidneys like your fuel filter in the car, right? It would be easier that rather than trying to get in the car, get in the gas tank, change the filter, if you just put another filter in the gas line. That's the nearest analogy I can
That's a good analogy, and it helped me immensely.
Yeah.
Now, do you hold it over your brother's head when you're like, hey, man, if you're out,
It
could you
hasn't
bring me
come
home
up
some
yet.
cigarettes? No, I
It
gave you a
hasn't come
kidney.
up yet, but there will come a time where I'm going to have to drop the kidney card and be like, really? Really? I can't use the house? Because,
You see this scar?
did you pee today? Just just asking. Have you had a good pee lately? Because
Is that the sign? What is the sign for kidney trouble? Not being able to. Obviously, you turn jaundiced and terrible. But like when it starts, is it pee related?
No, it's protein in the blood.
But what are the symptoms of kidney problems?
I think it's the same symptoms of like a lot of things. You're just lethargic. You're
the
tired.
hypochondria in me starting to go.
You're just lethargic. You're tired. This and that. And they did tests and they found. He said the first indication was the protein level in his blood was high. That's how
but
they
something
knew it
had
was
to
a kidney.
happen for him to go to the hospital and then to find protein levels in his blood. No one's walking around with protein level monitors.
No,
in
I
their
think
body.
it was just part of like he had hypertension, he had high blood pressure, so you go to the doctor and they test your blood. It's that thing. You get over 40, they start checking shit. They're just like you just come in. You don't know about this yet, but they just have you come to the doctor like, why? You're over 40. We're just curious what's wrong with you.
This kid's a walking miracle. You want to talk about a filtration system? This guy filtered every pill, line, rail, and liquid out of the greater Santa Monica region. Look at him. He smoked so much pot his lung collapsed. It's true.
Really?
He had to go to the hospital. His lung said, I quit. One of them. The other one was like, I'll smoke it.
There you go. So you get a lung transplant. You have 3 lungs.
Oh, that's awesome, Matty boy.
It's like pushing a dead pilot to the side, just keeping him in the cabin.
Well, no, he's not.
No one heard it.
It's actually pretty good.
Matty boy said it's like pushing a dead pilot to the side of the cockpit and flying with him, just hanging out. That's so disgusting and great.
Because he's not 100% dead.
Yeah,
he's still.
He needs a kidney.
Yeah, he might just vaguely wake up. Or
he's on dialysis. He needs a kidney.
Do you keep his hand? You know that switch, like in the train, where they call it the dead man switch, right? Where you gotta keep your hand. You gotta keep your hand on it, right? You gotta keep your hand on it, or else the train stops. That's all he's left. That's all he can do.
My sweet listeners, if you saw Alonzo's eyes when he realized he was going to
what do they call it? The dead man
like,
switch.
Oh shit! I can't believe I found this. It's great.
The dead man switch.
That's
hilarious. That's going into my kidney bit.
It should.
That it's like keeping a dead pilot in the cockpit. You just push him to the side, but we don't want to send him home. He might
just throw him out the window. Well, if we can use something, his pinky works. You're at Flappers in Burbank, June 14th, June 15th. I've always said to anybody that would listen, Alonzo Bodden, just a machine. You are a computer program of joke writing. Now, why? It's almost like you know more about everything than you're Corolla-esque. You have a weird knowledge of almost everything for any situation. Like you're the perfect corporate gig guy. Like if I get a gig for like bankers, I'm not going to do 20 minutes on fucking banking, but you're the guy that would.
Yeah, you know what it is? I'm a reading junkie. I just love reading just random shit. And you just accumulate knowledge. I tell people I'm just an accumulation of useless knowledge about everything. I know a little bit about everything, just enough to talk shit about it, and surprise people that shit, he knows something about this.
But then when you're doing crowd work at Flappers and you have a accounts payable riff, then it's not useless anymore.
No, then it was exactly what I needed.
I couldn't believe how much you knew about the Air Force when we did Pearl Harbor.
Oh yeah,
you clowned the Air Force. I wouldn't have thought in a million years at a show at Pearl Harbor for the Navy's RIMPAC Act on 4th of July, mind you.
Yeah.
Keep it cool. They say work clean. Alonzo goes up and goes, it's dark out. I guess the Air Force is home sleeping. And they were like, yeah, fuck the Air Force. And I'm like, how did he know?
You know what? That was USO gigs. That was USO gigs in the 90s. In between wars, I got to do US. Like when there's a war, when there's a war, they call out Drew Carey and Leno and this and that. But in between wars, I was banging out the USO gigs, and you find out everything about the military, the competitiveness, the hierarchy, who does what, and the Air Force. The Air Force is literally banker's hours, like 9 to 3. Like if we're attacked at 5 in the afternoon, the Air Force is like, all right, tell the Marines to hold it down. We'll be there tomorrow morning.
Ever since you said that joke, when I see like the National Guard roll out, like at the NASCAR awards or at the Super Bowl, and they'll have like Navy, Marine, Army Rangers, and in the middle there's like a couple Air Force people. I'm like, I kind of skip over that mentally in my head. I'm like, I know all about you guys. Unless you're a pilot doing shoulder rolls.
Right, but that's what the Air Force does, right? The Marines have to march out there and they're holding flags and the whole thing, right? And then Air Force just flies by. It just takes a second, flies by, and they're the stars of the show. And then they fly home and go back to bed.
Well, they should be the stars of the show. When you can light a city on fire from 30,000 feet.
Absolutely.
That's a discernible skill.
And now it's not even light a city. Now they have drones.
Yeah, that's weird.
Now they can sit back by remote control. Like we're sitting, there's an office window behind us. Like if they wanted to take out Jay Mohr, you'd look behind you like, is that a speck? No, it's a drone.
Dead. Now, a lot of people are like so anti-drone, and I don't know what the downside is.
I don't either.
What, casualties of innocent people? I don't know what the problem is.
But that, yeah.
Like, everybody's got to go.
That's a war thing.
You got to thin the pool a little bit. So many people in the pool. If a couple innocent people die, what are you going to do?
It is so funny how gangbangers have fun. You know, like you ever go to Long Beach? Long Beach to me is the most hilarious clash of cultures, that downtown Long Beach area, because you have like the new Long Beach, right, which is the condos and the new restaurants and this and that. There's a big gay community hanging out in downtown Long Beach. But the LBC still comes down to go
long in the title.
You know, the LBC still comes down like to go to the movies or something like that, and you just see these thugs totally out of place. My favorite one.
What's up, Burt Wonderstone? Yelling at the screen.
I saw a thug with a Bugs Bunny backpack, and I'm like, how do you like? Are you that bad that you can wear Bugs Bunny and nobody will fuck with you?
Yeah.
Or did you just jack a 7-year-old kid?
I like to think like his name is Bugs. Like that's his gang name. And like, oh shit, here comes Bugs.
Yeah, but
you ever do any work with the gang kids?
They rolled, but they rolled on Magic Mountain, and you're right. It's the strangest thing that they decided, like, where you wrote Magic Mountain, and to the point
far.
And there was for a few years. I mean, they cleaned it up now, but for a few years, like civilians weren't going to Magic Mountain.
No. They weren't
They
going
were just
to City
scared.
Walk either.
They were just like, we ain't going up there.
The best invention that gangs ruined in the world was for free, or like for $2. You could put your hand in hot wax up at Universal City Walk and make like a peace sign. You know what I mean? And you would walk home. You guys are laughing because you remember it. That shit lasted a week because the gangbangers came up and they would just set tripping. They would just stick like West, East Tray, son. They would just put like East Tray down in the wax and pull it out, and they would just. You don't remember that? Or you do remember? And they would walk around, and without flipping a gang signal, you were walking around holding it like a foam finger. Right. I'm number one. Right. But instead, it was like Harbor Heights, cuz I ain't your cuz, crap, and all hell would break loose. And they had to shut down the poor guy that invented hot wax for fat white ladies from Wisconsin to put their hands in.
Nobody thinks of the creativity of the criminal mind. That's what it is. It's
criminal minded.
You know, there was. Did you hear about the ATM heist?
No.
This was about 2 weeks ago. This was like movie shit, like brilliant. Some computer guys, and I think the head of it, he was hiding out in the Dominican Republic. They killed him, but it went through Eastern Europe and Russia and stuff. And what they did was they stole some MasterCard debit cards. Then they somehow went online into the banks and put an unlimited withdrawal on the ATMs. And then they sent guys out, 26 countries, sent people out withdrawing money with these MasterCard ATMs. And when they busted them, $40 million they had electronically stolen from. But it was like a coordinated effort, like you would withdraw money. Like they had these two guys out of New York that they busted. Between 9 and 12, they had to withdraw exactly $12,047 because the guys who masterminded wanted to make sure you were taking out the right amount of money. So, in other words, if I give you a card and you're supposed to take out $340, first thing you're going to think is, well, I'm going to grab $500. But they knew the exact amount. Just brilliant. And the way they busted him was these two idiots in Miami took pictures with their cell phone holding bricks of cash and tried to deposit $120,000 in $20 bills into a bank account.
At the ATM with the big envelopes?
No, they took pictures in the car. They're holding it up. They're flossing with stacks of cash. Then they went into the bank with $120,000 in $20 bills.
They could open an account.
Exactly. Yeah. And they brought down this whole multi-million-dollar international. But I'm thinking, the guys who thought of that, like, if you were that smart to come up with that heist, why didn't you just invent another Facebook?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to be a computer genius to coordinate that on a worldwide basis. You could have brought MySpace back.
Nobody. No. As long as there's indie bands, MySpace ain't coming back. Flooding your fucking email. Come see our band, Sparkly Face. Sparkle Face House Coat. That's the name of my new band. It's like those guys that a friend of mine has whose his brother is a pro gambler in Vegas, and he employs like you said, like 15 people to sit at slot machines for 10 straight hours.
Yeah. And
they're completely regulated. And he's just like, maybe makes $100,000 a year, and like on a crazy year, makes like $500,000. And there's years when he's 100 in the hole. But there's a guy with a system, and he'll tell you exactly what the odds are, why you want to play this game instead of this, the Mirage is bound to hit something, the roulette. And they will tell you like discernible things you can actually take from it, like, just because it says, when they have the tower of what hit already on roulette, you just got to ignore it. Because when you roll the ball doesn't know what already hit. Right. It's just a ball rolling. And that's the biggest mind fuck in the casinos. 14 blacks in a row. It's got to be red next. No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It's like flipping a coin 1,000 times. It's still 50-50. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these guys, like, are such degenerates. And the amount of effort they put having Filipino immigrants sit at a slot machine and report. It's like you said, and they're never clean.
No.
It's like, bro, like you said, invent another Facebook.
Yeah, you're that smart. Like, do something. And you find out that, like, honest work is easier. And no one, like, you don't have to worry about shit.
It's like, you know what? It's exactly like when you are in a relationship and you got nothing to hide. It's like I quit drinking, you get the right lady in your life, and they pick up your phone, and you don't go, oh, no. They pick up your phone, you're like, you can fucking go stem to stern on that shit. There's nothing in there.
You know who's living that now? Tiger. Lindsey Vaughn answers Tiger's phone. Tiger, like, I don't give a shit, answer it. Tiger. You couldn't give Tiger any side pussy right now. Right? He's winning golf tournaments again. He got a hot blonde.
You're a whisper from the sand trap.
Tiger's like, Tiger wouldn't take any side pussy. It wouldn't matter.
Do you think when they are on like the interstate in Florida and they drive past the Perkins, she just turns the radio up?
No, she just
Rag doll,
no, you know what happened? He drive past a Perkins. She looks at him, and that fucker looks straight ahead. He doesn't blink. He doesn't.
John Ronson had a great book called The Psychopath Test. You heard of it?
No.
And he wrote a whole book. And there's a psychopath test that you can take, and they apply it in mental institutions. And he realized, like, you would fail, I would fail. Huge sense of self, easily manipulative amongst different groups of people.
Right.
Like, basically, all of us could fail it. And then he went to all these different places and interviewed, like, cult leaders, guys that are in jail because they said they were crazy, but they lied and said they were crazy. Now they can't get out. You can't prove you're not crazy.
Right.
It's all world leaders, Exxon guys. And it's like, when I look at Tiger Woods, when I was reading the Psychopath Test by Ronson, which you can pick up if you go to jmohr.com and click the Amazon banner. There's that one. Bang that out. Click my Amazon banner and buy things. I look at Tiger Woods, every interview, he really like scares the shit out of me. Like, he's a cyborg, and it's almost like I wish he had side pussy, because I really do think he's the capacity to murder people with his bare hands.
Well, if he wasn't a golfer, I mean, he has that focus. But you could say the same thing about Jack Nicholson and Christopher Walken.
Yeah, but I can't. You know why I can't? Because they're at a party smoking a ton of grass trying to get someone to suck their dick. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're not complete white America has gone, you've saved golf, you're the guy, you're going to beat Arnold Palmer's record, you're going to beat, all these records. And then when you talk, you're like, it's a really good time out there on the green. Like when he laughs, it's a computer laugh.
Yeah.
It's this weird cyborg
You mean, like,
laugh.
when does he let that go?
Yeah, and like he was doing it with Perkins waitresses and sixes. Like he wasn't. It was. I guess that was his release. He's a scary guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things. Like the reason he hangs out with Jordan, right? And like LeBron could hang out in that club. Kobe could hang out like that. When you're the best in the world, like when you're measurably the best in the world at something you do, who do you talk to? I
understand that, and I can do it. I give you a perfect example of what Tiger is separated from those guys. Those guys can go to a club, drink champagne, smoke cigars, laugh their dicks off, how we were just laughing. Tiger is a fucking robot.
Nah, I think he does that with them. I just don't think we ever see him do it.
I would bet.
But I think he kicks it.
Let me call MJ up. Let me call up MJ.
I think like when MJ got married and they all went to the wedding, and did you see that story? Like everybody was there, like Barkley was there and Tiger and
That's
Ewing
terrible.
And all of these guys. Like at that bachelor party, that was a bachelor party.
Yeah.
And that's when Tiger's like, fuck it.
But I think those guys are uncomfortable around Tiger. I really do.
Yeah.
I think they got the ability to go like, remember that time? And get each other in a headlock and like, all right, let's do some shots. And Tiger's like, right, guys? He scares the shit out of me. He sounds like Oliver from the Brady Bunch.
Mate, you know who he could hang out with? Obama.
Yes.
Because you never see Barack. You never see that side of Barack either.
No.
You see Barack laugh and have a good time, but there's another level. But the only thing is Barack ain't going to fuck with Michelle. Mm-mm. She might not allow Barack to hang out with Tiger.
I'm starting to think Michelle should have been president instead of Barack.
She might decide
because if
she wants
Boehner walked out of the Oval Office with
they ain't
Michelle, she would have chased him down with the wig and the house coat.
This shit going on now, all this IRS Benghazi.
You just fucking roll right over.
I don't. Nah, Michelle ain't a house girl. Her mom.
Just respect the callback at least.
Her mom.
Shit.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You're working more. You're working.
You're working.
You're working.
You put in your effort, young man. I appreciate that.
But all the shit Obama's going through now, if Michelle was president, she wouldn't have it. She wouldn't have it.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
she'd just be straight up, all right, who fucked up? Get him in here right now. And he'd have to stand in front of her like, they do the White House thing.
Yeah.
She'd be behind him like, tell him what you did. Tell him what you did. They'd be like, I'm sorry.
What it seems all the voters want is a guy to be like Corolla, to just go up and go. I was listening to Corolla on my drive down the 5 back from San Francisco, and he was talking about, here's what's wrong with L.A. in a nutshell. He goes, I take Forest Lawn Drive to my job every day. Once I'm in a Lexus, I'm in an $80,000 Lexus that's built to haul ass. On the other side of Forest Lawn are illegal immigrants selling flowers for people on their way to Forest Lawn Cemetery. They're illegals. They're selling without a permit. There's fucking trash all over the place. But the cop gets me a fucking ticket for going 48 in a 40. And just lets these guys go. And he goes, you know what? I'm moving to fucking New Zealand. And then now you're going to be stuck with all the illegals selling the flowers and all the trash. And you thought Thunderdome was just a movie. And I thought, that's a fair point. And then he had Andrew Breitbart on. It was an old one before he died. And Andrew Breitbart goes, no joke, if you were polled with GOP people right now, you'd be at 27% just on that riff right there.
Yeah, but you know what? You know the problem with that riff and the problem with everyone who says that riff? They're ignoring the fact that 100 years ago, his grandfather was selling those flowers.
Oh, snap, Adam Carolla. You got put on blast.
Right? I mean, seriously.
You're right.
100 years ago,
just some dirty
his
Italian.
grandfather was selling those flowers. You saw the pictures in New York at the turn of the century. I always said the only problem the Mexicans have, they're 100 years late. They're 100 years late because every white group in this country, Italian, Irish, Polish, German, whatever, at some point was they were the minority that did the grunt work. They didn't speak English. The kids spoke English, explained shit to the parents. You know what I mean? Like they did not even blue collar work. Well, back then, what was it? The sweatshops and the meat packing plants and all that. It's all the same shit. The Mexicans just 100 years late. They get a bad rap for it. And when they talk about being illegal, when you came to Ellis Island and your name had 16 vowels in it, they looked at you and said, Smith, and stamped your fucking paper, and you went to New York.
Right.
There was no computer background check. They didn't know if you were illegal. They didn't know if you were a mass murderer in Czechoslovakia.
They didn't know if you had 3 kidneys.
Yeah, you're a fucking rapist in a small town in France. Nobody knew. You were just you're an American now. Congratulations.
Or a
you're
rapist in a big town in France.
In a big town in France, then they might have known. Big town, they might have known. But you know what I mean? It's such like that. That is such a bullshit thing to do. To lay it on the immigrants like they're the big problem, they're the elite.
Hold on a second. I don't think it's laying it on the immigrants. I understand
what he's saying.
There is a societal, cultural, a problem that there's a century-long problem across the road.
Yeah,
I'm doing 50 and a 40, paying 50% taxes. Let's look at the other side of the street. Let's tidy that shit up.
Right. There is a problem, but the solution is somewhere in between. It's not the absolutes. Like you can come up with a solution. Immigration's a great topic. You can come up with a solution, but you have to have the compassion and the understanding that these people deserve the same opportunity to be Americans as everybody else. And the other thing is, that's a hustler. You know, when we were, I don't know if you've done any military stuff, but we were in.
I just did it with you, you creep. Listen.
No, I'm talking about overseas, the gigs. The bases.
Oh, Hawaii is overseas.
Okay.
Hawaii, I go all the way. Listen, I get on a plane, I sit in first class, and I land in Honolulu, and they take me on the captain's barge out to the island, and I do a little show for the troops. That's how I give back.
We were in Iraq. And every base in Iraq.
Oh, overseas. No, yeah. I've not.
Every base in Iraq, they had a thing called the Haji Mart, right? And it's like, it's the native Iraqis come on to the U.S. base, and they set up a little store or whatever, and they sell shit. And it's amazing. Like, they have bootlegs of American movies the same day they come out. I don't even know how their pipeline works.
But then there's also bad shit. Oh, yeah. Like Rich Voss CDs.
Yeah.
I was going to get you to laugh, you motherfucker.
But I was looking at, I was like, you know what kind of hustler you have to be to have someone invade your country, take over, and your thought is, I can sell them shit.
Sell them their own shit.
That's why when they come here, like if you go to a car lot and there's an Arab car salesman, like you don't have a fucking chance. Like this guy was in a war-torn country selling shit to the people who took over his country. You know how easy it is to move cars in Santa Monica? He's like, this is the easiest. What? This is the easiest fucking hustle. Do you understand? I had a fucking blanket and bootleg CDs. I was moving Rich Voss CDs in Iraq.
And things in Rich Voss's act. A dryer door. Look, I got a dryer door.
Now all I got to do is sell BMWs in Santa Monica.
Yeah, it is amazing. No one goes on the lot unless they want to buy a car. Where in the forward operating base, you don't know if they want rush hour 2. They might have seen it already. And you got to talk them in like, come on. Maybe you forgot how great Chris Tucker is great.
And then you're still there when the DVD doesn't work. No return. No returns.
Oh, that happened? Did that ever really happen?
Yeah, some of those DVDs don't work. What the hell? And you're stuck.
You would think it would be very uncomfortable for the Iraqi guy when they put it in the DVD player on the forward operating base. When Restrepo, when they strap in fucking, Fast and Furious 2 and it doesn't work, and like, hey, what do you want from me?
Or the whole thing's in Farsi.
What? It's in Farsi, you said?
Yeah, the whole thing's in Farsi. But the point being, like, immigrants, they're always the ones who work harder than Americans. I mean, we don't want to admit it.
You know what George Carlin said? I was listening to a CD the other day. He said there's the upper class that takes all the money and does all the shit. There's the blue-collar people. The middle class does all the work, pays most of the taxes. And then there's the poor just to scare the shit out of the middle class.
I remember that bit.
Wow. This guy's the fucking great. He's been dead 4 years, and he's still the best.
Yeah, I heard that. I've heard him, dude. I heard that bit, yeah.
Wow, I
And
love
it's true, too.
It's amazing. And
It's
they just,
true.
you just look over your shoulder and there's a guy selling flowers outside a cemetery. You're like, all right, I'll go to Costco and work the register.
Yeah, because you're 2 paychecks from being that guy.
Yeah.
And isn't that what they said? Like most of America is like 2 paychecks from being homeless or some shit like that. Like, because everyone's so deep in debt, credit card debt.
You know what?
Everything.
I'm never not doing a meet and greet and selling T-shirts after my shows ever again. I realize I'm one meet and greet selling Mohr T-shirts away from selling fucking flowers as Adam Carolla blows past us in his $80,000 Lexus with his $50 billion empire. August 3rd, I'm at the Will Turn with Adam Carolla. Buy tickets if you want. I don't know where. Flappers, June 14th, June 15th?
June 14th and 15th.
And the 15th you said was a benefit.
Yeah, the night of the 15th, we're doing a benefit for Courtney Jones, a buddy of mine. He's actually my motorcycle mechanic. Horrible accident that his daughter was in. And she lost both her legs. So we're doing a benefit show for her.
Well, then fuck the 14th.
And,
Have everybody go to the 15th.
Yeah, the 15th at 10 o'clock. That's the one we're pushing for the sellout.
Okay.
The second show on the 15th.
So listen, everybody within the sound of my voice that lives in the San Fernando Valley, if you live in Valencia, God help you if you don't go to this show. Get on that 5 freeway. Don't look back. Small world.
Don't look back.
Don't look back. Get on that 5 freeway.
We're going to seconds.
Small world. June 15th, 10 o'clock show. Go see Alonzo Bodden at Flappers in Burbank. That's the kind of guy Alonzo is. He could be getting paid.